So I'm making a quick video for the vent valve catch can. Pretty simple. I mean, yeah. So it is 5/8 internal diameter hose, and what you can do is, yeah, if you're running the stock PCV system, you have this piece, the stock piece that goes from your valve cover to your intake. Now, I removed that because, well, because it's gay. It vents. See, what it does is, under cruising conditions, it's under vacuum, and then when you start going to boost, it needs to ventilate the crankcase pressure, so it vents it out here, goes back into your intake, all cool. But the problem with that setup is that when it vents, there's oil vapors and all this kind of crazy shit, and essentially oil goes back into your intake. Now, the reason why they can't vent it from the factory to the atmosphere is because it is a emissions. You can't vent hazardous material into the environment. So what I did was, the smart agent I am, is I put on a catch can. I normally originally just stuck a filter on it, which is fine. But the problem with that setup is that depending on how hard you drive or whatnot, the filter gets pretty it gets gunked up fast. In fact, I already ran through about 3 of them. One of them was so bad, actually, and I clean it periodically, but there's so much you could do that eventually it just gets so clogged up. No matter how much cleaning you do, it just doesn't vent fast enough, and actually blew my dipstick. And so I replaced the filter, and it's fine. But I really don't want to keep replacing my filter. And so I made this catch can. You run 5/8 a heater hose into a catch can, and you could buy these on eBay. They're pretty cheap. It doesn't really matter which one you buy, as long as there is something you could as long as there's like a cap or something you could shove filter media into. Let me show you what I did here. So yeah, so that's all the stuck. It's pretty much steel wool in here. If you want to get real fancy, you can make a little internal baffle to kind of hold it up. Most of this catch can is just pretty much full of steel wool, and you need to tap the sides for 5/8. Tap the sides, and the one I had originally came with 2 little 1/8 MPT nipple fittings, but I didn't want to run those because they're not big enough. So I plugged up one hole, tapped it for the 5/8, and it's all good now. And can't really see, or I could smell it, but the shit's already got oil in it. It didn't take, and I drove it maybe like 5-6 miles, so it's already got oil in it. I did go on a boost. Let's see. So that's pretty much it. I mean, like I said, I MIG welded it to the strut tower. You could self tap it with a custom bracket, or this catch can actually came with a bracket. So if you want to reuse that, you go ahead. But I decided to just MIG weld it to the strut tower. So that's pretty much it. Any questions, just go ahead and ask. And I'm going to show you real quick why it's a good idea to not vent oil back into your intake. Now, if you do this, it will throw your trims off, because you will have a minor vacuum leak through your valve cover. Not a big deal. You can tune it out. Here's the stock KO4. You see, these fins are dirty as. Oh, that's not supposed to be there. But yeah, this must have fell in recently. But you can see how fucking dirty they are. And it's funny because people were giving me shit about throwing meth into my turbo. But if you think about it, the PCV system throws oil. Oil is a lot thicker than methanol, and it's not finely misted or anything. Let me show you the China charger, which did not have a. I ran this. This is straight filter, so there was no breather cover. There was no venting of the valve cover on this turbo at all. and as you can see, it's pretty fucking clean. It's got a bunch of dye on it from the meth. Otherwise, there's nothing as bad as the KL4. Because I bought the car used, so 30,000 miles it ran like that stock. So yeah, that's pretty much the video. Any questions, let me know. And yeah.